Docker. A tool to create and manage containers. What is container and why do you need one? For example, let's say you've Node 14 installed globally on your system but the project your friend gave you to check out uses Node 16. If your friend Dockerizes their app before send it to you, then the app will ship with Node 16 and use that regardless of even if you have Node installed in your machine or not. One way to package an app is with a virtual machine where the hardware is simulated then installed with the required OS and dependencies. This allows us to run multiple apps on the same infrastructure, however because each VM is running its own operating system they tend to be slow. Now a Docker container is conceptually very similar to a VM with one key difference: instead of virtualizing hardware, containers only virtualize the OS. Or in other words, all apps or containers are run by a single kernel, and this makes almost everything faster and more efficient. There are three fundamental elements in the universe of Docker: the Dockerfile, the image and the container. A Dockerfile is in the form of a YAML file that contains a set of instructions that describes what the application needs in order to build it. A Docker image is built from your code and sets up all the dependencies required to run it. Create a Dockerfile. The first line uses the from syntax to define what base Docker image to use. This base image gets pulled down from the cloud and you can also upload your own images. The next line uses the workdir command which sets the working directory. You can set environment variables and do all kinds of other stuff. Then the last thing you'll do is set a default command that's executed when you start up a container. Now that we have a Docker file, one can run the docker build command to build a Docker image. Here we have an image. We can run the docker run command to start the image and load it into a container. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.